How to get perfect lighting for YouTube without spending any money, or if you have a budget, what kind of lights you should buy. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, I'm Dom from Wondershare UniConverter. Recently, we posted videos about what kind of cameras and microphones you should get when you're starting out on YouTube. Today, we're gonna continue our YouTube setup series with lighting. Without good lighting, the footage will look bad, even with the best camera. Light is the very essence of photo and videography, and it ultimately defines the image, so it's something to pay a lot of attention to. Now, in filmmaking, obviously, they do lighting on a whole different level. On YouTube, for a video, especially when you're just starting out, it's enough if you're just well lit and pay attention to some of the basic rules of lighting. Later, we're going to check out lighting with and without equipment, so stay tuned. Here are a few things to pay attention to that will make you and your footage look better. Your subject is supposed to be the brightest part of the image. In the case of a video, it's you or your actor. Obviously, when you have an extra little light or a sign or a monitor, it's not a sin as long as they don't take away the attention from you. But if your entire background is brighter than you, is a big no. It will also give your camera a hard time keeping you sharp. When it comes to YouTube videos, your main light source is best if it's coming from camera direction. It will give a nice and even light on your face. However, the angle also matters because the shadows of your own face will change what you look like. For instance, if the light is coming from too much above you, this part of your forehead will create a shadow around your eye. So it will completely change the mood of the image and the way you look. It's the same with lighting too much from the side, where your nose can create this shadow on your face. Of course, moving the light source and finding an angle that's not a full frontal light can elevate the look of your video, giving a bit of a contour to your face by having one side of your face or head darker. But for that, obviously, you have to avoid having light from this side, for example. So you can play around with this, but you have to pay attention to shadows because they can create funny looks to your face. Make sure that you set your camera's white balance to auto or to the value of your main light source. Pay attention to what kind of light bulbs you're using, regular ones or LED ones. Avoid ceiling lights. If you can't use a frontal light source, don't shoot your video. A ceiling light will make you look bad and make your video look unprofessional. Just take a look. And even if I turn this on, the ceiling light and the ring light have different color temperatures and everything is mixing up, and no, you need to control your lights. So ceiling light, bye-bye. Okay, let's check out lights that you can use to get perfect lighting for your videos. The best kind of light is natural light. The easiest way to get perfect lighting when starting out is placing yourself in front of a window. Of course, it's advised to avoid times when the sun is way too strong and it's shining straight through the window, but otherwise, you will get a perfect lighting. If you have a transparent piece of curtain, like this one, using it will even out your incoming light, even when it's brighter outside than what we would need. When you're outside and you're using natural light, obviously, and there is the sun, so the weather is not cloudy, you should pay attention to where the sun is shining from and stand accordingly. All in all, the best kind of natural light that you can get is the one on a cloudy day, because the clouds work as a diffuser between the subject, which is the earth, and you, and the light source, which is the sun. Which means that because of the clouds, everything will get a nice and even and soft light without practically any shadows. So if you don't need like perfectly good and sunny weather for your video, be happy if it's a bit cloudy, because it will make your job a lot easier, especially if you're making a film or short film. Okay, before the next kind of lights for YouTube, I'd like to quickly tell you about the UniConverter, which is another tool that you can use for content creation. It's a multimedia toolbox with AI tools. You can use it to edit, convert, and compress media files. If you mess up the lighting and your footage turns out to be too dark or noisy, you can fix that with an AI video enhancer tool. So it's good to have it on your computer at all times. Ringlights are big favorites of content creators, mine too, because they're super universal. You can easily use them with a smartphone and light yourself or your subject from camera direction. On bigger ones, you can directly mount even your camera as well, with a microphone. So basically you get a one stand full studio setup, which is pretty great. Pretty much all of them have at least 3 color temperature setups: a cold one, a warm one, and one in between that is supposed to be actually natural light color temperature. Higher end models like mine can set this up with numbers in Kelvin. It's the same thing with setting brightness. They project a strong but nice light on the subject. Good ring lights are not the cheapest, but they are very versatile in terms of usability. And trust me, if you are a content creator, eventually you will get one. Next up is the good old softbox lights. These are also perfect for YouTube videos. Depending on the model, there are ones with multiple color temperatures. You can dim them. The ones that I have are very simple. You just turn them on and they work. Of course, it's possible to change the light bulbs in them in case I want a different light color temperature. Now, with all kinds of softbox lights, the key is how they project light. The reason there is soft in their names is because of this diffuser in front. It behaves as clouds in front of the sun, what we just talked about. It's making the light very soft, pretty much eliminating strong shadows. In studio setups, softboxes are very favored because you can lit your subject or yourself without casting strong shadows behind you. The ring light that we talked about before also has a diffuser, but the way diffusers work is that the further away they are from the light source, the more diffused the light will be. So here, as you can see on the ring light, there isn't much of a distance, whereas on the softbox there is. When it comes to YouTube videos, don't sweat too much over lighting. What I mean is that when you're starting out, strive for the simplest way of getting good light on your face. Of course, it does look good when YouTube setups have cinematic lighting, but that takes some experience and knowledge about lighting. So to start out, it's enough if you take your phone and you shoot your video in front of a window, and you just go from there. But that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful, and if so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.